be back here. Um, Thank you for rejoining after the little technical hiccup, but we'll get started, and anybody else who floats in, hopefully will float in. They'll have a few minutes before we start practice. Y'all have not been to too many of these, but a car session of this is kind of classic for us. I drive across the country so frequently, and I only cancel this if I really have to. And for me, driving far, no reason to stop. And so, or to stop this. And so I'm driving from New Orleans to Chicago, and I timed it so that I'd land in St. Louis where there's good reception for this hour. So we're here in St. Louis today, St. Louis, Illinois, so I'm truly almost home, 4 hours or so away. And happy to be with the particular spirit of, like, I don't know, journeying with me, especially from the South, for this session today. December was typically the most active time for journeying on the Underground Railroad. The nights are long, the winter is harsh, but it gives you a lot of cover, there's less people out, and there's a lot more ways to, like, be covert if you know how to work with the land. And as an underestimated group, folks were not expecting them to do that, and so they're just literally looking out for them less. And so when I think of, like, the spiritual Underground Railroad and how we kind of just land lightly in opening up this space, Decembers for me are often like a weird kind of charge. It feels not as flashy as spring and summer when I can sense my energy and kind of, like, align it with visually the life growing around me. But I feel alive in kind of like a half in the spirit world, half in the material realm way. And I'm just like, whoa, there's a sort of, like, deep underground electricity that I kind of feel. And I get drawn to, like, really, I don't know, even though it's cold, like, really going far and just exploring during these months. And with it comes a huge, for me, amount of grief and, like, processing and holding of like expansive truth, which I think comes with, like, with everything, right? With that joy, with conviction, with clarity, with confusion, with grief, with sorrow, right? All of it's in there. And my kind of notes or thoughts pre getting into our practices today are that maybe prayers that I've been holding lately for December specifically is I hope we are able to move through winter with that energy of journeying, no matter what we are literally physically doing, right? In our breath practice, in our looking at ourselves, in our healing, in our attunement to ourselves, I hope that we can take up that kind of spirit of being a conductor on the Underground Railroad. That is a continuation, quite literally for me, of the Underground Railroad is what we're doing now, and what like all, like, real deep abolitionist praxis is. It is a journey that has not ended, and that has reached its stop in many locations and is still on the tracks in many locations and still needs tracks built in other locations, right? Like, it is ending, rebirthing, dying, coming back to life, sustaining itself, bringing light in, settling into the darkness. It is doing all of that, and we keep that Underground Railroad alive. We rebirth it in ourselves each time we meet that deep yearning for clarity, freedom, abolition, and that yearning that exploration based in like experiential, sensorial, I think is the word, sensory based. Like in your body, what does it feel like? What are the tastes of freedom? How do we recognize those and use those as our guiding lights? So today, as we move into practice, I really, want to open up the dreaming in, the name of, this is technically co-hosted through Boomy Sparsha, but the name of the little Patreon community and kind of everything I do is abolitionist dreaming practice. And so the dreaming practice part of it, I think, is so huge to, like, what dreams it took for Harriet Tubman to be walking in the dead of winter with a price on her head, with whoever with her, various types of people's babies to elderly people, the whole, gamut, as a disabled black woman. How must she have dreamed in order to be walking the Underground Railroad in the dead of winter all the way to Canada sometimes, right? Like, that kind of practice does not, I think, just come out of nowhere when we are born into these oppressive and carceral systems. We have to choose to believe in them, to try, choose to know that impossibility, just like everything else, is just a frame of reference we have made up, right? We have contextualized ourselves towards familiar being possible and unfamiliar feeling impossible. And we prove it to ourselves over and over again. I know everybody in this room, to some degree, and by your lives, I know you have proved yourself. You have thought something that was impossible of yourself, and I know you've done it. Time and time again. And I feel like, to balance out the grief, to not even balance it, but to hold it gently, there comes a point where I really rely on dreaming and wishing and yearning and praying as an anchor and as a way back to myself when it feels like rage. And speaking for me, like this past few weeks, like the particular type of rage that just sits me down and I'm just like, whoa, like where could this, what could I do with this? Like, I know it'll end intellectually, but like, how do I love myself through this? I think is the question I come back to. How did she love herself enough to know she could do it, or to not know that she could do it, and to try anyways, because she believed she deserved what doing it would bring? Sometimes that's an easier approach for me. When I don't want to do something that's really hard, but I know it might help me, I'm just like, let me just focus and try to foster the belief in what doing this might achieve. I really do deserve that. I deserve the effort. And I deserve help. Not just me. Those kind of two balances. So we'll move into some practice today. As always, this time is for you. Leave, come back, camera on, off, do what you gotta do. Only I am recorded on my screen, but when we check in for reflections, I will turn the recording off, so we'll end by then. If you would like to bring your voice in later, which I always welcome, and the chat is open, as always. I'm on my phone, so it might be a little slower, but I am here on the road and journeying with y'all as we kind of just dive in to this moment, right? There's nothing outside of right now that we need to be concerned with. It's all right here. overwhelmingly all right here. But we got this. So take a moment to just take a few breaths in and out and kind of arrive at your seat. Whether you're laying, moving around, seated, standing, just noticing, settling in, perhaps letting the gaze relax a little, the eyes untense or close, whatever feels comfortable and safe. Perhaps unclenching the jaw a little or releasing any tension if possible in the neck, shoulders. Just noticing the breath, no real need to make it faster or slower, to change it, but just noticing, where do I feel my breath today? What can its rhythm teach me about how to care for myself, about how I might be doing right now? Today's December 8th, Rohatsu in Zen traditions, the day of the Buddha's awakening. So, what better a day than to check in with ourselves, to not pressurize any, ideal of enlightenment, but perhaps just to endeavor to greet this arising moment, to say hello to ourselves, our body. And as we continue breathing in and out, we start to invite our ancestors, our beloveds, our protectors into this space with us. We might let our eyes close and imagine ourselves seated at the bank of a big, wide river. I just drove over the Mississippi. If you want to join me there, any sort of river that comes to mind. You can hear the water smoothly rushing by. Perhaps a gentle breeze rolls over your skin, gently through the forearms, across the shins. As we take a few breaths at this riverbank, feeling perhaps mud or stone beneath our feet, grass. The sun sets. We find ourselves underneath a big night sky. The moon about a quarter of the way full, if you'd like. That's what it is right now. We take a few deep breaths with this moonlight, reaching out to dance through the trees, to gently caress our cheeks and light our skin. And as we breathe in, we feel this cool light reaching out towards us, really starting at the crown of the head, bathing us like bath water, gently pouring over the body. We take a few breaths like this, just receiving the moonlight. As the moonlight slowly drapes the whole body, its light can penetrate through the skin. You imagine it starts to fill you up. Every place it touches, it offers a little space, a little witnessing, ease into the body. If there's any tension that might be released, it might serve as a gentle opportunity to do that. Or if there's any pain being illuminated, any discomfort, dis-ease, if it feels safe, we might really just let that be held in this light. Not even asking it to change at all, but just seeing. If we ask anything, perhaps just, what do you need? How can I love you through this? And as we take a few more breaths, we will start to invite Ma Harriet specifically into this space with us on this day of the Shakyamuni Buddha's enlightenment, on this high activity season of Underground Railroad liberation journeying. On this day, right now, that we are all living in, full of its griefs and our yearning and our loving towards liberation, collective freedom. We ask her to join us. We offer this night we've dreamed up for her to sit on this riverbank in the moonlight with the water, and us, her children, lovingly waiting for her company. You might see, as she arrives, our beloveds are there too. You might see each other, all sitting at this riverbank. We'll move into our invocation mantra. And, visualizing whatever we would like, but if it feels good, perhaps visualizing all of us humming this up to the moon together during this night of Om Ma Harriet Soha. Om, the seed syllable, Ma Harriet for Ma Harriet, and Soha, Svaha. May it be so right now. Take a nice few breaths, checking in with your body, anything you might need, adjustments. And we'll just go through the chant a few times. Om Ma Harriet Soha. 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 Breathe in. Let it all go. Are you here right now? What do you need to be here? Perhaps even out loud in your space, you might ask for what you need right now. From Ma Harriet, from yourself, from your beloveds sitting with you at this riverbank, carried with you in your heart. Whether you ask for it aloud or in your mind, or just put that intention of wanting to receive what you need out there. We'll recite the mantra just 3 more times, imagining this time Ma Harriet is chanting out to all of us. And in this chanting, under this moonlight, even if we don't quite know what it is yet, she offers us what we need. Taking a nice clearing breath in and out. Om Ma Harriet Soha. Om Ma Harriet Soha. Om Ma Harriet Soha. Om Ma Harriet Soha. We receive. Om Ma Harriet Soha. Om Ma Harriet Soha. Om Ma Harriet Soha. Om Ma Harriet Soha. And one final time, really daring ourselves to believe we deserve all of this and more. If you've listened to the new Kendrick album, we deserve it all, right? Abundantly. Our biggest dreams, our deepest desire for care, all of that to be fulfilled. And there are abundantly those wishing, hoping, and praying with us, trying to offer that, trying to figure out how to give and receive and foster that together, how to discover that within ourselves. So finally, Om Ma Harriet Soha. Om Ma Harriet Soha. Om Ma Harriet Soha. Om Ma Harriet Soha. And with our final chanting of this invocation mantra, we continue to just fully arrive, putting out our full welcome song to all of those who wish to love us, who are ready to love us, not just aspirationally, but in practice, whose dreams aren't simply to love us, because that is already their reality, whose dreams are to love us better, are to love us deeper, are to love themselves enough so that we may all get free. We ask ourselves, And we remember and we believe that we deserve to be free exactly right now. And that we have all the tools we need to get there, despite the systems that feel impossible. There's never been an impossible system that lasted. There's never been an empire that lasted. One of the things the Buddha remembered, upon his enlightenment on this day so many years ago is that truth of change and that we can be in that vehicle. We can remember how to move and dream new worlds as they birth. So today, as we close with a spiritual, I think the last time we met, maybe we sang this song or the time before that, but we will close with the Shackle song, which was kind of we sang this little light of mine after Lama Rod talked about it one week, and then this felt like an extension of that. So it's loosely that rhythm, if that helps you. Um, but the lyrics are, which we'll be repeating, so you can just jump in. Um, but it's we gotta fight for our freedom. We're gonna win again and again. And then, yeah, it just goes on and on like that. We'll start there and we'll go. And I think it feels appropriate today. It's based off of the Asada Shakur quote. Uh, it is our duty to fight for our freedom. It is our duty to win. We must love each other and protect each other. We have nothing to lose but our chains. And so it's just a songified version of that quote, which will be our spiritual today. Um, with a real invitation as we kind of, you know, there's a groove with a big dip, I feel like, in this kind of practice that can take us real under the water. And that is a wonderful place to stay if you feel like staying there. And also, I would love to invite, a little by the river party. We're in the middle of the night, the moon's out, we're all lit. Why don't we get up and dance a little, even just in our hearts? We can bring that dancing into the revolution always again and again and again. We can really boost ourselves with joy and community, even just remembering what it felt like to laugh hard while laughing less hard, even just bridging whatever gap we get to, remembering that there's joy and light in this all as well. So we'll take a few breaths in. I'm gonna take a sip of water. We gotta fight for our freedom. We're gonna win. Oh, we gotta fight for our freedom. We're gonna win. We've got to fight for our freedom. We're gonna win. We're gonna get free. We're gonna get free. We're gonna get free. And that repeats. We gotta fight for our freedom. We're gonna win. We've got to fight for our freedom. We're gonna win. We've got to fight for our freedom. We're gonna win. We're gonna get free. We're gonna get free. We're gonna get free. a new verse. We got to love and protect each other. We're gonna get free. We've got to love and protect each other. We're gonna get free. We've got to love and protect each other. We're gonna get free. We're gonna win. We're gonna win. We're gonna win. And that repeats. We got to love and protect each other. We're gonna get free. We've got to love and protect each other. We're gonna get free. We've got to love and protect each other. We're gonna get free. We're gonna win. We're gonna win. We're gonna win. The final verse. We ain't got nothing to lose. But these chains, I ain't got nothing to lose. But these chains, we ain't got nothing to lose. But these chains, I'm gonna break free. I'm gonna break free. I'm gonna break free again. I ain't got nothing to lose. But these chains, I ain't got nothing to lose. But these chains, I ain't got nothing to lose. But these chains, I'm gonna get free. I'm gonna get free. I'm gonna get free. We're gonna get free. We're gonna get free. We're gonna get free. I ain't got nothing to lose. But these chains, I'm already free. Take a deep breath in and out. Maybe bring a little motion, even a little shake to your body. And today, feels appropriate to have just like the simplest black ending of just a triple clap for this circle closing. And so with just I'm gonna do it first and then we could do it together, with our Zoom lag. But with just that's gonna be our like ashe at the end of this dedication. And so we thank the beings who are with us, we thank ourselves, we dedicate whatever connection arisen in this practice, any insight, witnessing, loving generated, grief touched, or space held, whatever came up for us. May it be for the benefit of all beings. May it move us, journey with us towards liberation. And may we dare to remember the expansive beings that we are. May we dare to dream new worlds, to discover ancestral dreams, and to really take take upon that mantle of, even just in dream form, I am a conductor on the Underground Railroad. I am the light in the night and the darkness, the birth point of possibility, of movement, of healing, and of revolution. May I recognize that in myself and be able to help my community recognize that in themselves as well. With all that, the loudest 3 claps you can get, I won't go too loud so it's not percussive, but for you, go crazy. 3 claps, and in your heart or out loud, and ashe and amen and amin, whatever feels good to you. May it be heard throughout the realms. May we hear our prayers. And that is our practice today. I'm going to... Oh, I didn't even start the recording, so this is just for y'all, so I don't have to end it. But that's the end of our practice, and I will open up the floor to anybody who would like to check in, to say hello, to just, greet the space. I'd love to hear how y'all are doing today. Oh, it does say recording. Okay, cool.